welcome back to my channel. So today I filmed this dramatic but glam eyeshadow tutorial using the Colourpop It's a Mood palette. So I know that I've been on a roll with this palette, but a lot of you guys have said that you liked seeing more looks from the same palette here. So of course there are so many beautiful shades to choose from and so many looks that you can create using this one beautiful palette here. So I was excited to film this like kind of cranberry plum wine eye makeup tutorial with some golds in there, and I just loved it. But it's like a halo cut crease look. It's very glam, it's dramatic, but it's still wearable and really nice, especially for the holiday season or any type of event where you just want to be a little bit extra. If you guys want to see how I got this eyeshadow look using this Colourpop It's a Mood palette, then please keep on watching. Okay, so first we're going to start by priming our eyelids, and I'm going to be using this NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base in the shade Medium Dark. And I'm just going to place that all on my eyelid and just blend that out with my fingertips. Okay, now I'm going to go in to this beautiful, like almost like rosy matte shade here in the palette called Everywhere. And I'm going to place that on with this fluffy Morphe JH33 brush. I'm just kind of placing that all in the crease, and I'm focusing more towards the inner and outer corner, but I am still bringing some up to the top area there. As you guys can see, I'm bringing the shade up pretty high on the crease there. I really want to be able to still see that nice shade once we carve out everything and place more of the shadows. I still want to be able to see this nice rosy matte shade peeking through. Then I'm going to go in with the smaller blending brush. This is a Morphe JH37 brush, and I'm going to go into beautiful deep plummy shade here in the palette called Fascination, and I'm going to really deepen up the crease and inner and outer corners with that shade. Okay, so as you guys can see, I am bringing up that shade very high on the crease. I really want to be able to see it once we do that cut crease on the middle area, because if we don't bring that shade high enough, then you won't see the definition of the cut crease, which is very important. So you want to make sure you bring it high up on the crease, even if it seems a little bit strange at first. I promise you guys it will look really nice when we finish everything up. Okay, now with a flat concealer brush, I'm going to be using this Colourpop E4 brush, and I'm going into this Colourpop No Filter Concealer in their pure white shade, which is called Fair 00. And I'm just going to take that onto that concealer brush and start carving out the cut crease just in the middle of the eye area to create a really nice and defined halo eye. Alright, so as you guys can see, I just placed that cut crease just in the middle area there, and I'm kind of just gonna blend out the outer edges with this clean little fluffy brush. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are gonna go back in with that dark shade just to make sure that the inner and outer corner are deepened up, but I'm just slightly just taking this brush and just diffusing the outer corners. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this NYX glitter primer. I'm just going to place some of that right where we have that concealer carved out. This is going to really help the metallic shadows last longer and be even more shiny and metallic. And I'm just going to blend that out with that same concealer brush that I used for the cut crease. And I'm just using patting motions to disperse it just where we have that white concealer. Okay, so now I'm going to be using this Morphe JH41 brush. This is like a flat kind of packer brush, and I'm going to go into this beautiful rosy metallic shade here called Full Circle, and I'm going to place that all over the lid area where we have that white concealer carved out. I'm using like packing motions, I'm not dragging it, but I'm like pouncing it onto that lid and onto that NYX glitter primer. And that primer really does just make the metallic shadows show through so much nicer. They last longer, they're way more metallic because they have something to grab onto, so you want to make sure to really give them justice. So I'm just diffusing that rosy metallic shade all over the lid there, and I am going to go back in with that dark plummy shade and deepen the inner and outer corners again. And now using that same Morphe JH41 brush, I'm going to go into this beautiful bright champagne golden shade here in the palette called Love Song, and I'm going to place that right on the middle of the lid just to kind of create a little bit more dimension on that lid there, so the gold is going to kind of stand through. So I'm just patting in that gold shade right in the middle because I still want to see that beautiful rosy metallic shades shine through. And all you need is a little bit. This gold is so pigmented. Now I'm going to go back into that beautiful plummy maroon shade in the palette called Fascination, and I'm going to use a pencil brush, the Colourpop E27 brush, and I'm just going to place that on the inner and outer corners just to deepen it up again. Okay, so now I'm just going to line the upper lash line with this Colourpop felt tip liner in the shade Scream Queen. So this is just their black felt tip liner. And now I'm just going to sharpen the outer corner with this Tarte concealer. This is their Shape Tape concealer in the shade Light Medium 29N, and I'm going to use that same Colourpop E4 brush, which was their nice flat concealer brush. I'm just going to use that concealer to really clean up the outer corner and make everything look a little bit more polished. Okay, now I'm going to go back into that nice matte rosy shade that we used in the beginning, and I'm going to be using this Colourpop E27 pencil brush here, and I'm just going to blend that on at the lower lash line and smoke it out. Now I'm going to go in with this thinner pencil brush. This is a Colourpop E10 brush, and I'm going to go back into that rich plum shade that we used in the palette called Fascination, and I'm going to place that on at the inner and outer corners of the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back in with that Morphe JH41 flat packer brush, and I'm going to go into that beautiful light champagne metallic shade in the palette called Love Song, and I'm going to place that on the middle of the bottom lash line and also on the inner corner of my eye. Okay, now in the waterline, I'm going to take this Colourpop Creme Gel Liner in the shade No Shame, and this is just a really nice deep plum shade, and I'm just going to line the waterline with that. Now I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm going to use this Colourpop Act Natural Defining Mascara in the shade Black, and I'm going to place it on the top and bottom lashes. Okay, now I'm going to pop on these wispy lashes that I got off of eBay, and I will link the specific pair that I'm using in the description box. Okay guys, so that is the completed look. There is my dramatic, smoky, cut crease halo eye tutorial using the Colourpop It's a Mood palette. So I did see a lot of comments that you guys were happy that I keep using that palette because it is so big and it would be such a shame to just like do one video on it and never use it again. So I really like to reuse palettes on my channel because I think it's nice to kind of show like different looks using that same palette, and especially the It's a Mood palette. It is so big. You're getting 30 shadows in here, and I just love the Colourpop palettes. I think their shadows are amazing. They are so high quality and at such an affordable price. You honestly cannot beat it. So I love this palette here. It is just so pretty. So I'm happy that I used those like plummy wine colors because I really had my eye on them when I saw this palette. So let me know if you guys want to see more tutorials using this palette. If there's like different color combos that you would like to see, please let me know in the comment section. So if you guys like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!